Hey everyone, my name is Dante and welcome back to Story Hub, your hub for the best stories on Reddit. Am I an idiot for asking my brother not to bring his boyfriend to my wedding? Okay, this is the worst. I'm losing sleep over this. I'm getting married in a week to an awesome woman, and I cannot wait to be her husband. We are so excited. My brother is gay, but my family doesn't know, only me and my parents know. I come from a very old school traditional family, so the old part of the family, grandparents and some aunts, uncles still have last century's mind, and the younger portion, cousins, siblings are open-minded, and are living in the present. So my brother has been dating his BF for 6 months now. The dude is great. I'm so happy my brother found a great guy. But it's kind of a secret, as he hasn't told my family he is gay. I've been telling him for years that he should come out, cause I know it stresses him a lot, and I think it will make him feel better not to hide anymore. Plus I bet a few family members already know anyway. But he disagrees because he knows a part of the family won't accept it and it will be a lot of drama. I see the opposite. I see it as the sooner you know who the idiots are, the sooner we can cut them from our lives. I have no interest in having someone in my life that doesn't accept my brother being gay. Anyway, that's his decision, not mine, so for now he won't say anything. Until a few weeks ago, when he said he wanted to bring his BF to my wedding. I was not expecting that, to be honest. So he went from 0 to 100 pretty fast. If it was any other occasion I would be supportive obviously, but I don't think my wedding day is the day to do that. Imagine all the drama and gossip and bullshit that would happen. And I don't want to get the attention away from my fiancée, that's her day. And I don't want to have to worry about that on my wedding day. And I think it's a pretty good reason I asked him why on my wedding day. He said it's because he wants to celebrate love with the two people he loves the most, me and his boyfriend. This is killing me. I would fight my whole family for my brother and never speak to them again if I had to. But my wedding day is supposed to be a celebration, not a family fight, and I can't do this to my wife. That might ruin our future. I didn't even tell her. She is already stressed out. Don't want to make it even worse. With a heavy heart, I asked him to please come alone to the wedding, and that I hope he understands me. He started crying and left my house without saying anything. Next day I got a text and he said don't worry, going alone. I tried calling him but he didn't answer me. And my parents don't seem to know what's happening because they didn't say anything. He eventually called me back a few days later. We spoke. He said he understands my side. But things are still weird between us. This is the worst situation of my life. Am I the idiot for handling it the way I did? PS1. I want to thank the Redditor that sent me a private message and said they hope a mass shooter shows up at my wedding. So thoughtful. PS2. Thanks for the gold and stuff. Update. Spoke to fiance. Couldn't keep this from her anymore. She agreed with me. Clarification. I know it won't be my brother that would cause trouble. The trouble would start with remarks and looks from some aunt, uncle. Doesn't matter. We are spending a lot of money on this wedding. Planning it for a long time. My fiance put her heart and soul into planning this wedding. I don't want to see my bride or mom crying, or some idiot uncle insulting my brother. Literally every other day of my life I will support my brother's decision to come out. Even at the wedding, I would obviously defend him. But the point is, not at the wedding. Also, my brother is not the idiot. Not at all. Not the idiot. God, I'm queer and I gotta say, a sibling's wedding would not be the place to trot out that bit of my life. It's her wedding, it's her day. Although I have to say if your wife is level-headed she wouldn't let a family fight ruin your relationship. Did you talk to her about this? No idiots here. You're clearly trying to prevent an extreme blowout at your wedding that can, and likely would, ruin it. Your brother is most likely trying to avoid some measure of the backlash he feels he will receive by coming out by doing so in a situation where it would not be socially acceptable for someone to flip their shot about it. Both of you have understandable reasoning here, but I think the one who is in the wrong is your brother on this one. He is acting to take advantage of your wedding, while you're just trying to enjoy your wedding. I would tell him it's fine to bring his boyfriend, but only if he chooses to come out to the family at least a couple of weeks in advance of your wedding. If he is planning to come out at your wedding, that is not going to be okay. Now for the next story. Am I the idiot for telling the girl who kissed my boyfriend for a play that she is desperate and pathetic? I am a 19-year-old female studying drama at uni, and my boyfriend is on the same course. My boyfriend is a really good-looking guy, but he doesn't seem to know it. He gets a lot of attention from girls and for the most part, doesn't seem to get that they're flirting with him. I'm not generally annoyed by this, and never really say anything. However, there's one girl in our class, let's call her Victoria, who is obsessed with my boyfriend. She goes out of her way to be paired with him in group activities. For example, if the professor picks groups by numbering us 1, 2, 3, she will move herself to be in the same number as him. And she recently stepped down from a main role in a play we're doing so she could be in a more minor one, simply because this character has a romance with my boyfriend. I know this is the case, because I've heard her say to her friends that she thinks he's hot and whatnot. I've never said anything to her about it, because she seems pretty insecure, always complaining about how she thinks she's ugly, and I don't see it as a big deal because my boyfriend doesn't care. However, we recently performed the play and had a small afterparty where she got slightly drunk and was bragging about how she definitely felt something when they kissed in the play and she's going to ask him if he felt the same. I rolled my eyes and again ignored it, until she actually went up to my boyfriend. She was a little bit drunk, and when she went up to him I was there too. Victoria started saying that she knows he must have felt a spark. He's a really good kisser. That's it. Her eye snapped, and sort of shouted at her that you sound incredibly desperate, going after somebody else's boyfriend. You're pathetic if you think a stage kiss means you should be together. She looked super embarrassed and walked away, and I later heard she'd gone home crying. I feel like a duck because she's obviously insecure and whatnot, and her friends haven't stopped calling me a butch since. Am I an idiot? Edit. She 100% knows that I am his girlfriend. I have heard her talking about me being his girlfriend before. Not an idiot. I'd even call this sexual harassment. It's incredibly creepy that she specifically went after this minor role just to kiss Opus's boyfriend. What if she goes on to do this to her coworkers in the future? Yuck. I guess the nicer way to address her would have been, so hey, I'm sure you didn't mean to, but you're being a kind of a sleazy creep and making your fellow cast members very uncomfortable and completely ignoring normal boundaries. I just wanted to let you know. And also that's my boyfriend in case you weren't aware of that either. Okay, thanks. Not an idiot. She's been trying to get at your boyfriend for a while, and you maturely didn't engage, because it was clear that she didn't have a chance. She literally came up to him, when you were right next to him, and tried to have a conversation about feelings. That's ridiculous, and you were trying to be nice at first, but I don't think you had to be, after that happened. Thinking that a stage kiss meant something with someone else's boyfriend is pathetic. Seemed like she wasn't going to stop until she heard that. Now for the next story. Am I the idiot for jumping out of a bathroom window to avoid my mom's attempt at forcing a reunion between me and my ex-fiancé? Some backstory. I had been dating my ex-fiancé Sarah for 4 years. We had been planning to get married in November 2020, but I found out at the start of this month that she cheated on me. She begged me to give her another chance, but I broke it off. The problem was that being cheated on is, in my mind, completely emasculating and humiliating. So I never told anyone that was the reason we broke up. For obvious reasons, Sarah also didn't tell people we broke up because she cheated. So people have blamed me for the breakup, including my mom. They just see that I dumped her out of the blue. I've gone very strictly no contact with Sarah after I discovered she was cheating on me. Sarah has been talking with my mom and has convinced her that if we could talk one more time, we would be able to reconcile. My mom has been applying hardcore pressure on me to talk with Sarah, but I've explained that there's no chance we will ever get back together. So tonight I will go over to my mom's place because she's hosting family for Christmas Eve. I'm there for a bit talking with my aunts and uncles and cousins when the doorbell rings and I can see it's Sarah. I ask WTF is going on and my mom says she invited Sarah so we can work this out in the spirit of the holidays. I'm pissed now because the only way to explain my side of the story is to tell everyone I was cheated on. Complete humiliation in front of my whole family. So as my mom goes to the front door, I go into the bathroom. My mom starts knocking on the door saying that I need to come out and talk to my ex like an adult. I say frick it, kick out the window screen and get in my car and go home. My mom called a short while ago saying she's cutting ties with me over my behavior. She's really fixated on me jumping out of a window, and that Sarah will always be like a child to her. My sister called me after to ream me out for ruining Christmas. I broke down and told her that Sarah cheated on me, which is why I dumped her and didn't want to see her under any circumstances. She called me a big idiot who was lying to cover for myself. Am I really in the wrong? Everyone sucks here. Well buddy, I can understand why you did what you did. But when your mom started applying pressure to you to talk with your ex, you should have swallowed your pride and told her what happened. Yet it's humiliating and all, but sometimes you really just gotta man up and own it. As for not wanting to get back with your ex, I totally agree with you and don't think you two should get back together because the trust will never be the same. Not an idiot. But stop covering up for her behavior. It's time to start explaining the cheating part. Cheating is not emasculating or humiliating, it's just gross, sick behavior that leads to relationships breaking up. Every person you mention this to will suddenly get it.